Good afternoon, good evening, good morning, wherever you are in the world. You are very, very welcome on this weekly webinar of ours. This is Dan Anderson, CEO of the company. And as always, for those of you who are new on the call, this is a leadership seminar. It's kind of something that we do every week to keep our fingers on the pulse, to let you know what's going on, to share with you sort of things happening with sales, promotions, incentive dates, etc. But it's kind of something that Leo has done since 2012. And I'm very, very proud of that record because we're a good company for communicating, and we believe in transparency, and we believe in doing good business and being good people. So today we have pretty much a normal webinar with updates on in terms of recognition, etc. My mouse control doesn't seem to be working. It should be working. There. And we're starting, as always, with the most pleasurable thing, which is recognition. But we also have some things on events, what's going on in the news, how we're transforming lives, LeoCoin 3, incentive notices, etc., etc., etc. So I think that this will be about half an hour, and I will try to curtail my excitement, because when I get excited, I tend to speak very, very quickly. But I'm cognizant that English is not everyone's first language on the call. So I'll try to keep the pace down. But the first bit is really exciting because our newest marketing director is Rauno Jusola, or Jusola, and apologies if I pronounce that wrong, but he is a Finnish resident, and he joined our business just over a year or maybe a year and a half ago, something like that. And he really has made a huge, huge difference. He's, as you can see from this picture, a very, very cool guy. But he also joined our company after having taken a kind of a 5-year rest from direct selling. He was in a telecoms company. He built a very, very substantial multi-level marketing organization doing telecom services for one of the big American companies. And when the goalposts moved and he kind of got a bit disillusioned with the direction that was going in, he kind of burnt out a little bit on direct selling. And he did say to me once when I met him, he said that I worked so hard, I put everything into this. When I told my wife that I was looking at another direct selling opportunity, she shook her head and said that will be the end of our marriage. I exaggerate, but he's kind of one of these guys that burnt out on the industry because the company was with kind of, I don't know, kind of lost its way, I guess. And of course, if you're in that position as a leader, as a member, as a distributor, it's quite tough because you have responsibilities to your downline, and you kind of made promises, or if you didn't make promises, you certainly painted the picture of the future in a certain way. And so he's one of these people that is a genuine person who felt that when we have a direct selling opportunity, we're dealing with people's hopes and dreams, and that responsibility requires a company that honors that commitment that we make to people, because it's going to take 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 years to build a substantial multi-level marketing organization. And the unspoken covenant, or the unspoken promise, is that we will be here in 2, 3, 4, 5 years and longer, so that people have the benefit of the hard work and the sacrifices that they make. So he looked at Leo and kind of fell in love with our philosophy and our aspirations of what we're going to do. And while we're not a perfect company by any stretch of the imagination, our intentions are very, very perfect. We kind of have this goal and this dream, and our values reflect that. And so the members are the heart of our business, and they're at the core of this. And so Rauno had an uncomfortable conversation with his wife and says, I'm going back into this. And he has worked his socks off building an organization throughout Europe, into Turkey, into Asia, all over the place, and he's now a marketing director. So I want to say congratulations to him, and I'm just very, very proud and humble to be having people like Rauno in our business, and long may our partnership continue, and I'll certainly do everything from the company side to make sure that we honor our commitments to you and to your people. Now, having said all of that, one of the reasons why Rauno joined us was because of this man. And this is Magnus Larsson, a chap that I've known for a good few years. He's certainly, it's not the tortoise and the hare exactly, but certainly in the years that he's been with Leo, he's had his ups and he's had his down. He's had some blind alleys and he's kind of gone down some dead ends and things that didn't work out, but he keeps trying, and he keeps trying. And one of the things that I know is that his organization respect his integrity enormously. He works hard, he travels, he's built a global business, he's in India, he's throughout the world of the Francophone world of French-speaking people, he's in Turkey, he's everywhere, Scandinavia, Europe, I don't know exactly how many countries, but I know that Magnus is on the call, so I'm going to try to unmute him, and he can share a few words himself of what he thinks. Unmute Magnus. Magnus, are you there?
Hello, Dan. Yes, I am.
Hey, good man. How are you?
I'm very good, thank you. Especially now.
Well, congratulations to becoming a national marketing director. Easy, right?
Well, it's been, like you said, a struggle, of course, but when you have the best team in the world, it makes it a lot simpler to reach this great rank, I have to say. And of course, the best company to work with.
Yeah. And so, tell the audience, tell the people here a little bit about your organization, and what does it look like, and where is it, and how many people, and blah 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 blah.
Yeah, well, okay. So this is just information, not bragging, but at the moment, I think around 37,000 people around the world in my organization. And a really enormous, good Francophone team. They are really good work every day or week and month and so on. So I'm really proud to work with these people. We also have, to be honest, I stopped counting at 42 countries, but I think now it might be over 50 countries in my organization. And the key to success is always to find people better than yourself. And I think I've found a lot of people better than myself. So that's why I'm very proud to be in this.
That's so easy for people like you and me.
Yeah, that's how it is. There's only one.
Yeah, carry on.
It's never ever give up. Keep trying, keep doing, and sooner or later you will find a break.
It is interesting because one of the things that I've noticed from, I mean, when did you start with us? Was it 2-3 years ago?
2015 in June, actually.
Wow, so that is over 3 years ago.
Yeah. I mean, I've been taking it slow.
No, fair play to you. Because one of the things that maybe some people know, maybe some people don't know, but is that Magnus and I are both from Sweden, and in Sweden we have lots of expressions and sayings, like every country does. And one of the things that's noteworthy about Magnus's organization, starting with sort of the likes of Jean-Michel and Patrice and Isabelle and all of the Francophone people, there's lots of people that we can mention individually, so no intention with that. But then also through Rauno and his team is, and into the Turkish team and into all of your 50 different countries, is that they're all kind of nice folk.
Yeah.
I mean, I know it's thousands of people and there's always exceptions, but they're all nice people, and then they're kind of not, in what I've seen, they're not greedy bastards, and they're not scammers, and they're not cheaters, and they're kind of just good folk. And I like that. And it reminds me of the Swedish expression, fisken ruttnar från huvudet, the fish rots from the head. Sweden and Scandinavian people have a big thing about fish, and the expression is that the fish rots from the head, and the opposite, of course, that if the head is sound, the fish doesn't rot so quickly. And so in Magnus's case, and I hope you don't mind me embarrassing you here, you have a good philosophy and you have good people, and we kind of attract the downline in the organization that we deserve. So just want to say to you, mate, that I'm really, really proud to be working with you, and it's nice to have the same recognition for both you and for Rauno on the same call.
Yes, thank you very much, Dan.
All right, thank you, mate. And do you want to say anything about Rauno?
Yes, of course. And it's actually in October 1 year ago. I known Rauno for a long time. I know his capacity, but he was not ready. But last year he said, "Let's do this," and wow, what a ride! So he has been doing tremendous with his team, and also the Turkish people and the Francophone and everyone else has done a tremendous job. And I'm really proud to work with these people.
No, fair play. Because the other thing that's also real is that when you're building a real business, it's not just a vertical elevator ride. You kind of have to work through the ups and the downs, right?
Exactly. As a saying, you can say that you cannot attract the wrong people to the right company, or the right people to the wrong company, as I say, like that.
Yeah. Exactly right. No, fair play to you, mate. And let's see what we do next. What are your plans for the future at the moment?
Oh, well, there's more people that we need to get up to director level and more levels and ranks over that. So we're going to continue to do our work.
Yeah, and of course, none of this would happen without the people in your team, right?
Absolutely not. They are all part of this success.
Yeah, no, fair play. So now we have to duplicate that success for all of the people that want a part of that in your. All right, buddy. Let me get on in the interest of time here. But congratulations again and well done. And let's see if we can get some plans together for the future, mate.
Cheers. Thank you.
All right, buddy. Bye. So that was the recognition this evening, and I'm very, very pleased to see it. Now, we also, it's not exactly recognition, but there was a FinTech conference, FinTech Connect in London last week and weekend. And our Mihir Magudia, Leo's Global External Affairs Director, a member of the board of Leo, but also the managing director of the Digital Currency Foundation, which you might remember is an organization that is helping the all-party parliamentary group in the Houses of Parliament in London, who launched the Digital Currency Day, which is coming up very, very shortly in January to celebrate that all over the world. We created that, or rather, Mihir did. He was invited to speak at this conference, to be part of a panel, talking about, the headline was, what does the current regulatory landscape mean for cryptocurrency? Now, we engaged from the start with the UK government and with the Houses of Parliament and with ladies and lords, because we recognize that digital currencies is kind of, especially in 2014, when we started, was really the Wild West. And we've seen all sorts of things with ICOs, we've seen rocket rises, we've seen collapses, we've seen 1,000 coins launch and only 1 or 2 survive. In that landscape, we launched a Leo coin in 2014, and we are still here battling away. And looking at regulation, we're having this kind of fairly perverse situation now in the world of digital currencies, because the market capitalization of Bitcoin and the altcoins has gone down. So we're now at a stage where Bitcoin is kind of worth the same as it was a year ago, and that's an absolute disaster according to many, many people. It's crashing, the end is nigh, the sky is falling. But we joined the digital currency space in 2014 when the price of Bitcoin was something like $300. So from our perspective, this has been an amazing ride. Now, at the same time as people are doing all of this FUD, fear, uncertainty, and doubt, we see so much media, we see so many articles saying that, is this a crash? Is it going to go to the floor? Is it going to become worthless? Boom, 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 boom. Lots of fear mongering going on out there. What we're also seeing is small countries saying we're going to be champions for small countries saying that we're going to be champions for digital currencies. We're going to provide a regulatory environment. We're going to provide banking. We also see things like, I came across an article just 2 or 3 days ago, Facebook are employing all sorts of blockchain developers. And the rumor is that Facebook are going to do something significant for their multi-billion people marketplace called Facebook Members. So at the same time as people are driving fear, uncertainty, and doubt, at the same time we're seeing banks getting engaged, we're seeing statements by regulatory bodies And so me here was speaking to this at this conference. And again, for us, it's just a huge kudos and a great endorsement about what we're doing, because we are not one of those companies. We're running something that's legitimate, something that we intend to be long-term. We want it to go through the roof, of course, and we will do that through our Leo Coin 3 upgrade. At the same time as me here is educating people about the regulatory landscape, at the same time our community and our members in many different areas of the world are running their version of events of training and education. Here is one from China, where someone is discussing the future of Leo Coin with his people. So Shen Liangming is talking about new developments on the online shopping platform. And again, as you can see, it's not a huge event, but it's kind of cool because this is the Leo home, where members or in our community have created something where they do regular trainings, where Leo Coin is very much central to the community that they're building. And that is how we win. We build a community, we scale the community with direct selling methodologies, we harness the power of incentives and motivation, and we build something where our community is engaged for the long term. So very, very cool to see these examples that come through every week. In Canada, there's always something going on, and it always looks like it's a party. In November, members had a birthday party, and they organized a party with member agents. They did training workshops on the Leo store and in the shop with Leo Coin. And what I really like is this second photo from the left, where you can see all of these canisters on the ground. So members are buying ice wine from other members' wineries. Again, Leo Coin would have featured prominently in that transaction. So again, the Leo Canada members are doing their community build and doing their side of the work. So very, very cool. This weekend in Dubai, Andy Hansen and Waqar Suhail organized a live seminar over there. Well, Andy Hansen was there as a trainer. For those of you who have not heard Andy speak, he is a world-class trainer, and he's got some credentials that would just blow your brains out. But he's also one of the nicest, most humble people that we know. Very, very successful event. You know that we've been dropping hints for the last few weeks about having a VIP there from the Dubai government. Unfortunately, this particular minister was not able to attend in the end, but she sent some delegates from her office, and they were so impressed with the event, with the entrepreneurship philosophy, with the digital currency connections that we're making, with our trainings and our content, that meetings are now being set up between Leo and the Dubai government. And I'm not going to talk about which department it is, but this particular minister is to do with something that's very closely allied to entrepreneurship, especially amongst the youth. And if we're successful with this and we can partner up with them, that would be very good for our business throughout the entire Middle Eastern region. So watch this space and see what happens. On his way back, he went home yesterday via Istanbul, where Melek Zerga and our local representative and country manager there organized a training event at very, very short notice, had over 150 people, this very, very dynamic team. There was a video produced by them. I was incredibly impressed with everything that they're doing, and I'm sure some of them are on the call, so congratulations to you, because you've got a very, very dynamic little environment going on there. And Turkey is one of those places that we've been committed to for a long time, and we've never stopped our support of Turkey, because we know that this is a bridge between Europe and the Middle East. It's a very successful country in terms of its politics, if you like, and how they sort of made a Muslim country really, really work, and they're admired throughout the region. And of course, there's some difficult times now, but every country is going through difficult times at the moment, and I think that's kind of part of the zeitgeist and the times that we live in. But again, a very successful event, 150 people, short notice. Very, very grateful to Andy for putting the time and energy into that. So congratulations to you and to Melek and to all of the Turkish people. Now, going forward, we some housekeeping. The 20th of December is the deadline for redeeming your ticket and assigning tickets to Rio de Janeiro, the Brazil Carnival in 2019. This date will not be extended. If you do not do the administration by that date, it sucks to be you, because you won't be going to Brazil. By the 31st of January, you have that time to change guest details, to upload your visas and flight details. And again, if you don't do it, it sucks to be you. Because these are hard deadlines now. There'll be no more extensions. So this is the time to get your house in order and to do your thing to make sure that all the work that you put in for qualifying for Brazil doesn't get wasted. And that's all I'll say about that. Now, we are talking about the Momentum Tour. As you know, we're doing a Chinese, or rather a Asia-Pacific event around the Hong Kong office. And we are putting people for 3 days and 2 nights on China's biggest luxury cruise ship. And we're expecting to have 1,000 people there. It's going to be one of those mind-blowing events for new Platinums and the people that sponsor them to get this freebie where we can do trainings, we can organize conferences, we can talk about things and train people with no holds barred. We're doing the same in Dubai in a luxury hotel within the Emirati environment. If you've not been to Dubai, you need to go, because it's kind of one of those places that really changes your perception about what's available and what's possible in terms of making money and wealth and entrepreneurship success. The qualification for both of these incentives are running out at the end of January, so it's time to get your skates on so you don't miss out. The rest of the world can choose either Dubai or Hong Kong. We'll make some tickets available for the Asia region cruise, but this is primarily for our Chinese-speaking community over there. And also we have some tickets available for the Dubai region as well. So that is going to be huge. And that is what kicks off 2019 for us until the end of January. Now, I was also very, very pleased to see this article this week in homebusinessmag.com. They come up with this new word called olderpreneurs. So entrepreneurs and olderpreneurs choose direct selling. And the observation made in this article was that almost 20% of direct sellers in Europe and the USA are 55 or over. So that means that there's a significant segment of people who are joining this industry because they're kind of maybe concerned about their retirement. They want to make a bit of extra income around a flexible schedule. This is a trend that is massive, and it's not becoming any smaller as people, as the baby boomers come into this sort of retirement age bracket. But what they're also then finding in direct selling is that this is a very fulfilling place, and it's a very cool thing to work for someone else all of your life, and then work for yourself as you go into your retirement. And again, very, very cool to widen your social circle, to make connections with people, to be part of this positive environment, personal development, professional development, all of this, as well as an opportunity to put your skills to use for building your own business. We're seeing more and more now retired people joining McDonald's, which is fine. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that, and I have a lot of respect for people that do. But if you could join and build your own business with the experience that you have at 55 or even older, fantastic. Now, one of the things that was cited in the article was Dr. Javid Akhtar, because he was the winner of the DSA Stars of Direct Selling Awards just a couple of months ago. And Dr. Javid is one of these typical examples of a guy who, in his mature years, I put it that way, is using his skills and his experience and his connections to build himself a global network of people who are then championing our products and moving our products into the marketplace and earning a commission on that. And congratulations to him. But he was cited in this article by an independent body, by an independent media. And again, just nice endorsement for Leo and what we're doing. So terrific. The other thing I want to bring your attention to, because I had some, I don't know, I had some weird feedback in the week, because there was one particular market that said, oh, what a waste of money. We should have had a school in our country. And I thought, hold on a minute. The world is kind of one country. We believe in multicultural, we believe in sharing, we believe in bashing through borders and connecting people through organizations and methodologies, and we've always been a global company from day one. Now, as you've heard on previous webinars, this work and this school is something that me here and everyone who's been touched by it are fiercely proud of, because 400 kids in a community are the first generation of kids getting an education, a formal education, where they're learning to read and write and can go on and take further education with this as the baseline. We did that. We paid $30,000 to build this school. Members contributed, the company contributed, and we have changed the life of these people. Who knows how this will impact over time going forward? Because with education, everything changes. We have countries where we have significant organizations and passionate, committed people who are part of an elite group of educated people who love entrepreneurship and love e-learning, etc., etc., etc. Yet in the same country, there could be as much as 50% illiteracy amongst children. This is a space where we can make an impact, and we can build a karma that at the end of our lives, we built one school, or 10 schools, or 100 schools, using the power of duplication and direct selling, multi-level marketing. We could have a very, very big impact here. And this is something I'm passionate about. So if you want a project funded in your country, let us know what the project is, what the charity is. If they're a credible organization, someone that we want to work with, that we can be assured that the money will go to good use, we will support it. Of course we will. And we'll set up a charity project for whatever it is that you want, because this is the sort of work that we as an organization should be doing. And so if you have any project, I'm really, really serious, contact me, contact anyone, contact anyone in the organization, and the inquiries will get through to the team around Leo Charity. Now, going forward, there's something being created now in our Chinese-speaking community called the Home Training Foundation. And this is very, very cool, because this is nothing to do with the company. This is run and initiated independently of Leo by members. It's funded by a Leo coin donation by the members. And so what they do is they pull together the Leo coins that's been donated. They put it in a proof of stake staking wallet. The 20% returns that they get on the proof of stake goes into financing activities and events for this foundation. They've got a standing committee of Stone Zhang, Shi Shuxiang, Jin Xiaobei, Fu Deming, Xin Liangming, and Wu Xiang, Xiaying. And so that's the commission. There's a foundation. They're doing good stuff, and they're doing training events then led by some of the people on the standing committee. But what is very clever is the funding model, to use Leo Coin to dedicate this wallet to a proof of stake mechanism, raising money using Leo Coin to fund something. Now, as a seed, this idea is just absolutely brilliant. I don't know. I just want to share that with you as the bare bones of the business model, because this duplicates and this scales. You can do that anywhere where you have people who have Leo Coin who want to set something up with you, and you can dedicate it to all sorts of things. Because it's not a company-sponsored thing, it's a Leo Coin thing, and they're your Leo Coins, you do what you like. But all power to you, and if there's anything that we can do in terms of supporting you, in terms of media or PR, very, very cool. So congratulations to Stone and his other leaders there. So Leo Coin 3, like I said to you before, people are fudding, fear, uncertainty, and doubt. The sky is falling, Bitcoin is finished. Bitcoin, did you know, has had its death sentence pronounced in media 247 times. It's quite amusing when you go back over since it started. There's been so many regular occurrences of people predicting that the end is nigh. At the same time, the banks are getting involved, payment solutions providers, Mastercoin are doing blockchain projects, countries are regulating, small countries are saying that they want to support the digital industry. So the whole thing reeks a little bit about, it smells like manipulation. They're trying to drive the price of Bitcoin down. I was saying to someone, I don't know, almost 2 months ago now, that I think that the price of Bitcoin might pull down. It might even reach $3,000, and that would be a good time to buy, because then a big growth surge will follow. Now, I can't promise that. I can't predict the future, but that's what I see. The fundamentals of digital currencies and of Bitcoin and of Leocoin, the fundamentals of Ethereum, none of them have gone away. They're still there. There's still a massive desire for the world to have private holders of value, or private assets that are not regulated or not controlled or not strangled by self-interested regulation, if I put it that way. So we're just carrying on with Leocoin 3. We're doing what we do. We don't pay so much attention to what the market does up and down, because Leocoin 3 has had admirable performance by anyone's standards in the digital currency space. To remind you, we launched in 2014. We are still here. We're still plugging away, and we have a fiercely loyal community that want this to do well, and it's getting bigger every day, every week, every month. And so the Leocoin 3 launch at the end of January will be very, very cool, because you'll see some hardcore innovation there, and you'll see some new projects, some new creativity coming in that can only do good. Now, as we look at Leocoin 3, it also connects to our Leocoin market service. There is a very favorable incentive on that running at the moment. It can't last forever, so take advantage while it lasts. At the moment, the mining industry across all of the altcoins is really suffering. They're getting hammered because the cost of the electricity, the cost of the mining facilities, it's only really financially viable in places like China, where the cost of electricity can be subsidized or even free in some cases. So a lot of the mining industry is shaking up. We're certainly finding it hard to make the mining work, but we're doing our level best, and we're here. We'll keep on fighting. But the Leocoin market server has a unique little niche that you might want to take advantage of. The rank award incentive, again, will not last forever. Even at the level that it is now, with the recent change, it's still insanely generous, and take advantage while it lasts, because it's always the thing that our members work towards a deadline. We don't want to give you a hard deadline on this, but telling you now, it's not going to last forever. Office closures or for the holiday season, of course, 25th of December is coming, Christmas Day. Ivory Coast, UK, Hong Kong, and Canada, 25th and 26th of December in the case of those last three, just to give you early warning. And in conclusion then, it's always the same. Use the product packs to drive excitement. Tell people about the business. Get them excited by what they see, because we have something unique here. And people sometimes forget. When you've been in the business for a long time, you kind of get hurt by the tough times that you've gone through. There is no free lunch here. You have to sell products. You have to talk about e-learning. You have to sell the seminars. You have to kind of build a genuine business built on the value add that we do with our product packs. You can generate excitement for them, because it is not an expensive washing powder. It's not an expensive nutritional supplement. It's something real that really changes people's life. So do your momentum incentive, break a new platinum, go on the incentive together with him or her, and both of you will get rewarded for that. Do your stuff and administration for Brazil. Get your visa, get yourself sorted. Don't leave it to the last minute. You'll come. It'll suck to be you if you miss these deadlines. I'm telling you, because we will not extend. But we will help you any way we can. And use the incentives. while you still can. So this is Dan Anderson saying thank you very, very much indeed for being on this weekly webinar. I look forward to speaking to you again next week, and all power to you. Congratulations to Magnus and to Rauno, and to everyone on your teams, and to all of you. I'll see you at the top, and very, very good luck to you, and all power. Dan Anderson saying over and out.